Now we're going into this lot.
How much is that? 1 acre?
1 acre, yeah. Yeah.
You got lot one. What's that?
That's like an acre and a half, acre and a quarter. 63, almost 6,400 square foot, so it's probably a little, about an acre and a quarter. It's 1.4.
You got a board of health, you or already was?
Already was. Now it's in the process now of being reboard health approved, and then you'll have another 5 years, you know. Every 5 years they run out, you just got to reboard health approved, you know. Unless you went in there and did major restoration, poured the street out of something and rearranged it, or, you know, now you want to put a 10-bedroom mansion on it, then you got problems, you know. But if you just keep everything the same.
Goes right to the road?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you'd have your own, you know, this is Berkshire Road. Here, my pickup truck's parked right there. This Blacktop Road just keeps going down, and you'd have your own driveway going right in. It's about 150 feet wide, and it's about 265, 270 feet deep. And about 150, about 100, they're about,
You all been surveyed, or?
oh yeah. No, these are all, this is a,
Do they have a well, or that's where you got to put the well?
that's where you got to put the well. This is a filed map with Dutchess County, you know. This is a legit, you know, subdivision that was done in 1988. You know? Yeah. I would say from like here, from here on. Did you got the camera going there? You should have that going down at the quarry.
Yeah, I didn't think about it.
From here on, it would be, we'd be walking on that. Okay, you're locked. From here you go all the way out to the street, you know, your driveway come in, you know. Your house would probably be, maybe somewhere right in here, you know, except that you're behind the houses, you know. It's probably, by the looks of things, we're probably dead center of the lot. Like however many feet we are from the road, it's almost, you know, about 270 deep, you know, so it still goes quite a ways back. I'll come in with a big measure tape to get a better idea, you know. If you bought it, you'll have it resurveyed anyway, and then they'll give you all your little corner markings, you know.
Did the other guys buy it already, or not?
Yeah, yep, Steve did, and Dwayne is literally in the process. Not yet, no. And it's nice land, you know, it's not like fucking steep, it's not a swamp, it's not the side of a cliff, it's not rock. You could dig a foundation, all your utilities, you're not gonna have to blast or anything. The soils are all real good. Dinky little septic, you know. I don't know where you're gonna get the a lot for 60 grand today for and not have to put a fucking fortune into it to do your site work. You know, they just don't exist anymore. I can show you subdivision around a bending on $85,000 a lot. You're right in the middle of the neighborhood. No privacy. Not a tree in sight. It was a farm field. You know, there's not one tree, flat as a pancake. 85,000. And you got big expensive septic because it's low ground and it's clay ground. Big huge septic systems. That's 85. See, I'm just trying to pick my neighbors. I'm going to be living behind you. And if I could know who my neighbors are, I'm better off, you know. So now we're on to this end lot here. And Jimmy will get a kick out of this. You like history, Jim. We'll walk out there, we'll drive out there with the car. The great big tower out there. You remember that junkyard years ago up on 22 with the car sat up on top of it?
Yeah.
You know that car was sitting on that tower?
Yeah.
I always thought they put the tower up so they put the car on it and advertise the junkyard, right?
Mhm.
No. That tower came out of this quarry. In 1942, the U.S. government built a tram, overhead tram, went right across over. I don't know if you know old 22 here, going up to like J&J Logan Lumber.
No.
The cables are still across the top of 22. There's cages and towers. Still there to this day. Up on the corner of this property, there's a big tower. They were hauling mica in buckets overhead on cables and went all the way up to a magnesium plant on the other side of Dover. During World War II, they were making magnesium for bombs or whatever. And the U.S. government did all of that. And on this tower, and on this property up in the corner, there's still a great big tower. I'm going to cut it down and drag it down to the back and make like a fire tower observation deck out of it, you know. But I'll show you later. There's a great big tower still standing in the corner on that corner lot to this day. Yeah, to this very day. But here is, like I said, we're probably Hold that right. We're pretty far off the road. I'm gonna say we're probably standing somewhere right in here. Yeah, we're probably just off of that lot a little bit, but I'm sure we'd still have to go a little deeper to get to the back of it, you know. I'm gonna own every.
That was one septic over there, right?
Yeah, but that was way back.
This one?
Yeah. That I'm gonna own everything from behind you, you know. But I mean, you know where my house is gonna be, so it's like, it'll almost be like, you know.
Yeah, like no
It'll be
one's
like
there.
no one's behind you, you know. But I just want a real big bump in, you know. I mean, the tree cutting isn't too terrible, you know. Some survey marks in my survey, but I had the whole entire piece surveyed, you know, not all the individual lots, you know. That stone wall is my outer. That stone wall there, you can see like. There's markers down there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This is just like an offset, you know. But the stone wall goes all the way down to like the sand pile back there, you know. Then it goes off like that. This is Camp Berkshire owns all of this. It's a big, see, like remember Carmel 20, 30 years ago? There used to be working camps around.
Oh yeah.
Well, now they're not, and
Yeah.
they're either shopping malls or condo sites today.
Yeah.
Well, up here, you know, we're like that much behind at times, and there's still working camps, you know. There's Berkshire Camp, and then there's Camp Ramah over there, a Jewish camp. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of freaking mosquitoes here.
Oh, yeah. Well, you get this overcast, rainy-ish. It's like a perfect day for a mosquito day, you know. Uh-oh, looks like things didn't go any further. Yeah.
Oh, that one got me.
Tower. We should be coming up on the tower. Oh, here it is over here. An old jeans bottle. See the tower, Bubba?
Yeah, I see it now.
Pretty fucking cool, huh?
Yeah. How the hell are you gonna move that?
Ah, cut it down with that, and knock it on its side and drag her down to the bottom with the excavator, and then once we clear some trees here, you know. I'll fit that right down the road. Don't waste shit, you know. Yeah.
Is there a little smaller one next to it?
Yeah, there's like another little
Yeah.
one next to it. I think it was more, the other one was more of like a outrigger to the big one, you know.
It's still got a ladder hanging there too.
Yeah. "1942, the U.S. government built it." This then went in a straight line right across Dover, right across Old 22, and right across Route 22 to across from that junkyard there. It was, today it's TNT Materials, but down in the back there, it's still a great big plant. It was, back in the day, the U.S. government built it like overnight, one of them real rush
Yeah.
things for the war.
Yeah.
There's a magnesium plant now, making magnesium up there. We're hauling Mike out of this quarry. Ooh, yeah, look at that big nest there.
Oh, shit. Too bad Pat's not here.
Pat.
Esposito, he's scared to death of anything bugs.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, you do not like them.
It's a lot to laid out nice. Now you're step back from the road, you know, you're going to have like a little privacy. Not gonna be going through another big spider web.
Good, you know, lead the way.
I actually told Pat Esposito about this too, because he had one time asked me last winter he was looking for land. But I called him and I haven't heard anything, but I have a feeling he's stuck. So.
I think he's always stuck.
Yeah, I don't think he's in a position to fly there. Something dumped on.
Is that my property?
Quad trail, you know. Bring your shit in here. The only downfall is you got these trailers over there, you know, but that's got to clean up in time too. I can still remember back when we were kids going to Patterson? Patterson was like going to like,
Yeah.
remember going to Patterson? It was like Woodchuck,
I know.
backward, Hick Alley, right? Now look at
It
it
was
today.
like in the middle of Onion Town.
What are we talking about? 20 years went by? And now look at it. You'd never know it was a
Yeah.
Woodchuck place, man.
What'd you find?
This place is on a teetering zone of that too. They're gonna get taxed out of here. And, you know, more new homes come in, pushes out the trailer stuff. You know, and then the people buy up the trailers and build regular houses on them. You know, as the land gets more and more
Okay.
valuable.
Yeah.
Where's this right now? This is where the- this is-
It's back where we were.
Yeah, we did like a big loop, you know.
Yeah, I mean, this is what the lot next to mine would be?
I would say this is the edge of would be your lot. I'd say from here that way. Cause look, over to your lot.
Yeah, you're upside down.
Oh, I'm saying something wrong. Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, Steve's taking that one. Dwayne's taking
So
that
we
one.
should be right around here where it's tested, huh?
Yeah, but you know what though? I'm not so sure what the hell that is because there's more test holes in the back. They might have done more test holes because I'm gonna tell you right now, that isn't the back where these septics are because they're fucking way back there. You know, it's just too damn close to the road. This here might have been a test they did. You know, sometimes they go in and they do a bunch of random tests. You know, but I'm gonna tell you right now, that test there isn't for Not one that they ended up using. There's just no way. Because it's way too close to the road. Those septics are all way back there. Yep. So, yeah, we're probably standing, I'd say, right about here, right on this line. For all you know, maybe they did that test there just to see how it was for a foundation, maybe. Because that is about where the house would sit. You know? The septics are back further. You could see, like, I don't feel like trudging through that thick spot there, but let's walk over here where it's more cleared. You can see the poles again where they tested, you know. But those septics, I'm going to say they're all back there because it's still too close to the road. Their lots are 270 feet deep. And what can we be from the road? 150? Probably 150. The septics are all the way in the back. There's no way that's the septic there, you know. I'd say the house is probably sitting here, and the septics are back here. You can see it. Here's that pad. Might be up that way more. I've seen some test ones. But I would say your septic would be more back in here somewhere. That's just too close over there. Gotta bring in a computer board. I got a big measuring tape in my truck. This is the hell of it. We could have, right out that trailer, you could get a line out to the road just to get an idea of where
If it was clear line of sight, I could shoot it with my rangefinder.
Oh, yeah? What, like the GPS thing?
No, just a rangefinder. It's a marksman's tool. You use the laser, it bounces off something, leads you back to the range.
In here they were doing some, this is probably, I'll tell you, this is like a septic back. You're going to see these sunken holes here. Again, and still a lot more I could munch up, you know. We just did this like, well, we did this 4th of July weekend. We came in here and brush hogged and just open it up so you can get in here and walk around a little bit. It was all tall, golden.
Corroded drums. Something was in drums for a tower. Or charcoal. Yeah, that's what it is. Drums of charcoal. What the hell they use that for?
But I think, like, even here, the property line is probably still into these woods a little bit back there. You can see on the big map. That's the little guy. See my pickups parked there, you know. But I'm gonna own all of this, you know. Well, actually back there too, but I'm gonna sell that to a buddy of mine, that back section. You know, and then over like this, I don't own this. Someone else owns that. But you know, I'm gonna be right there. You guys are gonna be here, which gotta be over 1,000 feet away. It's gotta be shit, almost maybe 2,000 feet away. Yeah. Then I got 5.4 acres over here.
You ain't buying up all the land.
Yeah, I own over 150 acres now up in this freaking town. 32 over the house, 107 here, 13 commercial acres out and 22. But, so I don't know, think about it. I don't know what you... I remember you were looking at you. I talked to Jimmy the other day looking for a loan guy, looking for a hood to come out.
Yeah, that's what
And I
you
said,
call
hey,
for.
if you see no interest, if you're still looking, give me a call. That's the name of it.
You want what, 64?
60 grand, yeah. I even sold that at 60 grand to my follower. I just telling them cheaper to just so I know my neighbors, you know. Yeah, I could sell for a little more money, you know. But who the fuck am I gonna get, you know? I go through all this trouble to build a nice house and I got some fucking asshole out of the city or some fucking jackass. I don't want that aggravation, you know. You know what I mean? I wanna know.
You're making too much noise riding your bikes back there. You have to stop.
Whatever, you know, yeah, I don't want to hear no fucking bullshit. I'd rather know my neighbors, you know? Yeah. Rather know the neighbors. I didn't buy this whole thing as like a business adventure. I bought it to sell my house, to build my house here. These lots are already here.
Mm.
I might as well sell it, fuckers, you know? And, you know, so my father-in-law will be over here. Steve Smith that used to work for me, he's a good guy, and he'll be there. And Wayne Alexander, maybe Mike, maybe someone else on the end there.
Yeah, you never left any of those in the woods, huh, Ian?
Yeah, you gotta admit though. Think about it when we camped out, right? We didn't really leave a mess, you know? Right? What'd we leave? A fucking fire pit? And
Yeah, that's about it.
a couple of burn bottles in the fire, but we never left a fucking mess behind, you know? Right?
Uh-huh.
Let's see, once you go over there and over that edge, that drops down into my driveway there. This will be, Tim's parents are going to build like a colonial community.
Everybody's getting that caramel.
You got it, man. The taxes are brutal. Tim's parents are paying more taxes than I pay on my house.
Look at this speedometer or something. Motorcycle.
You got a lot of land there.
What was that?
You got a lot of land, too.
Who, me?
Okay.
Well, I don't know about a lot.
Well, more than most people out there.
They're paying more taxes than we pay.
What do they have, a half acre up there? An acre?
Maybe 3/4. My house is on 21 acres, and then I got 3 other lots there. 21 acres with a nice new house on it, with got a little pool, it's good. Yeah, that's $6,400 a year. That's each cent.
I'm all paying $7,000, $8,000. I don't even got a half an acre. That land you see in our backyard really isn't ours.
Basically, right.
Yeah, you gotta, if you bought it, you know, actually, that's Tim's brother did it, so he's got a plan that he's good right there. Whose brother?
Tim's brother Chris,
Yeah.
yeah, he's taking all that on the computer, you know. But, you know, you tell him kind of what you want, you know. So, I can't imagine something like that costing an arm and a leg, you know. Garage is the cheapest thing to build. What gets into money is your kitchens and baths and your whirlpool tubs and your tile and all that shit and your, you know, the granite countertops and your fixtures. That's where you spend all your money. You don't spend it in the square footage on, say, a shop. If you build a big shop and then put, you know, 2 or 3 bedrooms upstairs with a living room and a bath and a kitchen. And
You'll have like a 6-bay garage and milk crate furniture upstairs for himself, you know.
But it'd be more than 6 days, you know. You can make it whatever size, but price you can do. Really good. With Steve and Melissa, they've already did all their pricing and everything. They're putting a raised ranch up, modular. With the cost of the land and putting the house up and the whole caboodle, $150,000
Really?
for everything. Yep. They got a price of putting a brand new modular.
'Cause I might just do it, buy the land, pay some of that off,
Well, that's
then-
what you should do, honestly.
and then put the, get it down to like 30 grand, and then
Yep.
take a mortgage out for 100,
Yeah.
and put a fucking house up.
Talk to Steve and Melissa. They just did all their homework on it. They're getting a brand new modular delivered here, brand new house delivered, set on the foundation for $57,000.
Jesus.
Brand new.
Yeah, how
That's
much all the site
buttoned
work
up.
and stuff's gonna cost them? That much?
No, site work ain't shit, you know, but it's buttoning the house up and painting and carpeting and all that shit. But we're gonna spend the rest, you know. But the land's 60. You know, the house cost him 57, 150. You know, you still got almost 40 grand there to do your site work. You know, your little bullshit, you know. But 150, even say 170 soup to nuts. You know, I think you'd be easy at 150 if you're doing what you say you're gonna do, a garage with a thing above it. You
Well, need a foundation with a house, the little thing on top of it.
know. Yeah. Yeah. But they're 150 grand turnkey, everything. You know, nothing like real fancy, you know, they're on a tight budget and got a kid on the way and, you know. But, you go look at new stuff, right? What can you buy for 150?
Nothing.
Oh, a
This
house?
fucking
Forget it.
shit box from the, like 1920, the roof leaks, the foundation sucks, the oil burner's an old dinosaur, you know? You're crazy. You just buy it new and you know what? One guy saying what a new house is?
I'm trying to,
First 20 years, you got nothing to really,
If it
you know,
was
nothing
older-
major. Little shit, but, you know, your roof's good for a good 20 years.
Yeah,
your oil
least.
burner's good, your well, you know, all that. The big stuff's good for a long time,
Yeah.
you know?
When I was looking around, it was
Doesn't
all
nickel and dime you to
10 years,
death.
I know.
Yeah.
It doesn't even work.
That's right.
Only 10 years old, it didn't work, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still getting that blurry shit in here. You know what happened the other day? I turned it on, I got a dew warning. Maybe that did something to it. See what I mean? No, it's like all blurry.
Let me turn real quick.
Got 2 years out of it anyway before something happened to it. Okay, it's either food
Film.
or
Going in the water?
no.
Warm boy. Jimmy, going for a dip?
No, thank you.
Why not? You know, come to think of it, you had a pool, and I never remember you swimming in it.
I used to go in
Did you
sometimes.
go in it?
Sure, occasionally. Not often, but
Hey,
occasionally.
Scott, how we doing? I'm shooting.
I didn't think of that. I put my 14 up.
Should have brought mine. I haven't.
Tell you, the blurriness is going to drive me nuts in this damn thing when I'm doing this shit. Where does Scott go?